Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another Obby Creator video. My name is Roro Studios, and today we're going to be building floor 13 of Citadel of Abstraction, the Citadel for ring 2 of my J2H rings in Obby Creator. For this floor, it's going to be math themed because this is the week of Pi Day, and I posted a short on Pi Day, which was Monday. I'll put that in the top right corner. I'll also put in the top right corner the playlist that I've now made for all the videos of this series. So here's the floor right here. You might notice I changed the color. The other color, which was like a purple color, was just like temporary. The reason I chose white was because it's like the color of a piece of paper. At the bottom, I think I'll just put a safety net like this. So it's not going to be a kill brick. Actually, no, I changed my mind. It's going to be a teleporter. Oh yeah, if you saw that in the advanced menu thing, seats are now in the game, which is great because now you don't have to use trip parts, which can be kind of annoying to use. Well, actually, they're not that annoying to use, but, you know, a seat is better for a chair you're trying to build. Alright, now I made these look like kill bricks. Instead of using a kill brick and a teleporter, I just made everything a teleporter because that would save on parts. Now, if you remember in the last video, I kept mentioning the original Citadel, and I'm going to here as well, but only for the beginning of this floor. When you get to floor 11, you don't do the parkour you see here. It looks like you're going to, but then you actually get sent out here because question mark does that because you're actually completing the Citadel. Anyway, then after the outside section, you go through this hole in the wall right here to complete floor 12, and then you get rid of this boulder with this other hole in the wall, or floor this time, to get down to floor 11. In the original Citadel, that's what it was before the player and Shark come to play through the Citadel. You can't play this original Citadel. It's just something I kept in mind as I was building it. So, like, these platforms are here so that it would make sense. In the original Citadel, you were supposed to jump up these and then complete this this section, come up here, and then you would do this to go up to floor 13 after floor 12. In the not original Citadel, you instead go through the outside section, go through here, do floor 12 exactly the same as you would in the original Citadel, except for you do floor 12 before floor 11, and right here, instead of going up there, this is Can't Glide False, by the way, you go across here to press this button to get rid of the boulder, allowing you to go down to floor 11, and then you complete that. There's this extra thing over here where you'll press this button and this button. This one unlocks this, and this one activates a truss right here and platforms here, allowing you to go up to here. I hope that made sense, but if it didn't, all you need to know is that we're first going to put some platforms that weren't in the original Citadel right here, just to get to the platform you would have gone to in the original Citadel. Okay, so here's this truss. You're not going to be able to climb because it's Can't Glide False. You would have in the original Citadel climbed up that. There's going to be another one just like it right here. I think this one will let you climb up, I guess. Okay, great. So that's fine. And then, like, notice that this one is like a square, and then this one's like something broke the wall. That's because this wasn't originally there in the original Citadel, but this one was. Let's change the teleporter location to right here, and I've changed my mind on how this is going to work. These are still going to be here, but you're not actually going to jump across them, so they're going to be Can't Glide False. It's going to be kind of a jump scare. So you're going to think you jump to it, but then you actually can't, and you just get sent over here. Because if you think about it, in the original Citadel, this should have teleported you to this platform, or like maybe down there. But definitely not there. That wouldn't make much sense. It could have been changed technically, but whatever. Okay, so now let's begin with some of the decoration that's going to make this have to do with math. So before recording this video, I spent some time making a few decals with some, like, math problems on them. I made 6 of them, and I might upload more off camera. But here's the first one I made, and here's the decal ID if you want it. It's a bit hard to see, but you're going to scale them up, so yeah. Now, the resolution of all of these is 1280 by 720. So I just need to do an equivalent ratio of width to height. So I guess what we can do is use this, like set this to 1080. That's the width. So we should do that. Or we divided it by like 100, I think. So that's the width, and then we need to do 7.2. And then, there we go. That's the equivalent aspect ratio. So it should look exactly the same as the Photoshop file, as long as I scale this proportionately. So we can do like 10 in this direction and 10 in this direction. Boom. I'm about to explain what all of the different math decals I made are and like how I solved them. If you want to skip over me explaining a bunch of math stuff, then you can skip to this time in the video to where I begin building the parkour. So this is the 30, 60, 90 right triangle, which in short is that if you have a triangle where one angle measure is 30, one angle measure is 60, and one angle measure is 90, there's special relationships between all the side lengths. The shorter leg is equal to x, the hypotenuse is equal to 2x, and the long leg is equal to x root 3, which means x times the square root of 3. So basically this is twice the length of this, and this is the length of this times the square root of 3. And so you're in this problem, you're trying to find this side length, and you're given this, and obviously the fact that this is a 30, 60, 90 right triangle. So you know this is 2x, which means this is 6, and then 6 root 3 is the answer here. So this one's pretty simple. And then that's approximately equal to 10.4. I answered the rest of them right here. The ones with the circles, I don't know why they're stretching. It's still the same resolution. So I guess we can just do that. Make the height be 12.7. I guess it might not still be a perfect circle, but it's close enough for the problem anyway. Let's explain the rest of these. So I moved this one over. That's the one I just explained. This one is two parallel lines crossed by a transversal, which these lines are parallel, and then this one's the transversal. So this one and this one, they're consecutive exterior angles, which means they're supplementary, which means they add to 180. So 180 minus 100 is 80, so that's why this is 80. Pretty simple there. This one is a circle. I figured I might as well do one of those since this was based off pi day, and pi is about circles, so yeah. Anyway, this one is find the circumference, which is the distance around, and then the formula for circumference is pi times diameter. It's circumference equals pi times 14, because it's the length here. So circumference is approximately 40. This symbol, this like squiggly equal sign, means approximately equal to. This one is another right triangle thing. It's about sines, S-I-N-E-S, which is that if you have a right triangle, one of the angles, so this one, the sine of this angle is going to be equal to the ratio of the side length opposite of it, clock, to the hypotenuse length. So sine of 15 is going to equal 12 over x. And then you just solve that using cross multiply. I guess you can use maybe a different method, I don't know. And then eventually you get x is equal to 46.4. So that's the length of this side. And that's for sines. There's also cosines, which is the same thing, but instead of opposite to hypotenuse, it's adjacent to hypotenuse. And then there's tangents, which is the opposite to the adjacent. This one is solving the quadratic using the quadratic formula. So you're given the quadratic here, and then here's the quadratic formula, x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And then in order to use that, you need to know what a, b, and c are. So they're just what the kind of number parts of these are. Next to x squared, you see 3, so that's a. Next to just x, you see 9, so that's b. Then the one that's just a regular number is negative 11. And then you just put the numbers into the formula, you solve it, and then once you get down to here, this basically means two equations. So you do x equals negative 9 plus the square root of 213 over 16, and then you do that, but this is a minus sign instead. So that's why there's two answers. And what this actually is if you graph this, if you graph this equation, you'll get a parabola shape, which is like a curve. So something like that. And then the solutions to the quadratic are the points where the parabola crosses the x-axis. There can be 0 solutions, there can be 1 solution, or 2 solutions to any quadratic. And then this one is find the area of the circle, which is very similar to this one, except it's the area and not the circumference. So the area for a circle is pi r squared. The radius is half of the diameter. That's why to solve it, you do a equals pi times 9.6 squared and not pi times 19.2 squared. And so when you solve that, that's a equals 28, or approximately equal to 289.5 square inches. Okay, so that's your math lesson for today. I'll leave those right there for now, and we'll use them as decoration later. So I guess let's start with the part right here. As far as the storyline goes, I was thinking it would be since the Citadel is glitching more, now there's equations, math equation things. And so you're gonna jump on different numbers, and symbols and stuff. So first the symbol for pi, which is this. So let's actually just delete this and you'll jump straight onto this. And so you can see it looks kind of like the pi symbol here. This one isn't that good because I drew it quickly with my mouse. If you didn't know, this is the symbol for pi because this is the Greek letter pi, which looks like this. Well, this is the lowercase Greek letter actually. This is the first letter of a Greek word that translates to something related to circles, somewhat, or something like that. That's why that's the symbol. Here's me reciting pi again. It's 3.141596535897932338479502288197416939375947. Insert applause here. What other symbols are on here that look interesting? I guess the square root sign. The gameplay would be kind of boring if it was just jump on mathematical symbols, so let's make it not just that. But I do kind of think this floor will be a bit of a simpler and easier floor. On the previous Citadel of Abstraction video, there were like a lot of comments that are like, this is a huge difficulty spike. Even though I don't think it's that much of a difficulty spike. I mean, right here is definitely that. But you have this button, so like you can attempt that as many times as you want. Anyway, it is a little bit of a difficulty spike, so technically if we make this next floor easier, then that would average out the difficulties so that it's still remorseless difficulty. Or at least that's what I'm saying it is, I guess. How about a wraparound now? We'll do just 8 studs, but let's raise it up a little bit with a platform out here and one there so you can jump on top of here. Let's use seat parts next, because why not? What should I make them look like in my towers? Well, by default, these are black. So how about we leave it, well, actually, it's a little bit of a blue color. But how about we leave it at that color and make this this one? Yeah, so you can, like, jump to that. So I guess let's first just make you jump to right there. You'll jump to there. This is an equation that says y equals the factorial of x, which when you graph that, it looks something like this. And what factorial means is if you take like the factorial of, let's say, 6, then it means you do 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And then the symbol for that is like an exclamation mark. So actually it seems the way you should do that is by jumping in the seat and then jumping out and then jumping on like the corner to get to here. And you do that quickly so you don't just sit immediately back down. Okay, it takes a second before it lets you sit again. Does that depend on how long you were sitting in here? No, it doesn't. So it's based on like when you get out of the seat. So if I rotate the seat like that and then do something like this, will it just put me right on the other side? Yeah, it does. That's pretty cool. And you can jump up like that. You can actually make some pretty creative gameplay using seats, so I'm glad these are finally added into Obby Creator. Okay, that's pretty cool right there. I feel like that's a bit too hard though, especially with no explanation. So here's what we'll do. We'll move this like over here and forget the seat apparently. What on earth? I think we'll not put a roof above this floor. So, like, the next floor will be up here, and if you fall, you'll fall all the way down here. So it's going to be another floor or two until there's another safety net. Like, a full safety net. Because I think underneath here, I'm going to put a safety net. So I guess just jump straight to here. You'll jump onto that, if that's possible. Okay, it is. This symbol means congruent, which kind of means equal, but it also doesn't. What it means is, like, if this line is congruent to this line, then they're the same length. These lines aren't actually congruent, because obviously they're different lengths. But if they were the same, you could say that they're congruent. You can mark it if you're writing down that. Like, if this line actually had a name, there's no symbols naming it here. But if this was, like, line A and this one was line B, then you could say line A is equal to line B. I mean congruent too. And then you can also mark that on like this diagram. If you drew like a line right here and then a line here, that means these two are congruent. And then let's say there were like 2 other lines and then those were also congruent but not congruent to these two. Then you can also do like 2 lines kind of like that. Anyway, you jump to there and then you're at this kind of safety net. I think on top of here we're going to put a button. We'll put it a little bit on the next floor. So we'll put it up here. I don't know what color the next floor is going to be, but for now we'll just make it this color. Okay, so just did a bunch of stuff here, which I'll show at the end of the video when I show the whole floor start to finish. But at the end of the floor, you're going to jump off of this button, activated truss, to this button, which will activate this platform down here, and you'll continue the floor from here. So after you press this button, you're going to do a few more jumps here, and then you're going to jump back up. Now that you've pressed the button, you're going to actually go back up here and jump on this new equation. Well, this actually isn't an equation, it's an inequality because it's a greater than or less than sign. Well, this is a less than sign. Anyway, that button has also activated these 2 new platforms here, and so now you're going to be able to finish the floor. So it is going to go into this next floor a little bit, but what we're going to do is you're going to go over here and then do a short outside section to get down to like right here. You're going to ascend up this and then you'll be in the next floor. So I guess you'll do a wraparound like this, and then you'll jump on there, just minus the falling off. So you'll simply jump from here and into this, and then you'll like jump, I guess, down here. How about onto a jump pad? Oh, also this might also be a temporary color of this floor. But you'll like jump to there, and then I actually just came up with maybe a big brain replaced a corner clipping, although it really wouldn't be any better or worse than the other solutions. Well, it's probably worse, but like, what if you use seat parts, since like I showed over here, you can see you jump across like that, or like it sends you across. So what if we use that mechanic here? I also think it puts you in the center of the part, so since I'm too lazy to rotate it, this should theoretically work. Yeah, it does. You didn't know checkpoints also put you in the direct center of it, so you can do it like that. Of course, you need to die. So that's why you probably won't use them in towers that you build, since they're meant to be done without dying. This would probably be a worse solution, because, like, then you're sitting and then it, like, functions strangely. So honestly, the way I did, which was you click the thing, the corner clip thing, and then it spawns a teleporter underneath your feet and teleports you. That's what I found to be the best. But you can use this to kind of go through walls, which is pretty cool. So you'll jump, and then this arrow indicates you jumped there. Let's make this entire thing inside this be seat parts. Okay, I know I said I was only going to use seat parts, but we're going to make like a trap thing, even though it's not going to be a trap. This is going to look like it's a seat, but the actual seat is going to be invisible, and it's going to put you all the way up here. And then you jump off. I guess that means that's going to be the end of the floor. I'm going to scatter these around to make the decorations a bit better, and then I'll play through the whole floor start to finish. Floor 13 is now complete. Before we play it, here's the idea if you want to come play it for yourself, or any of the other floors. Okay, so you can come over to the teleporter, and it'll send you right here. Now you're going to jump in, and then you can't do that, but you'll get teleported. The player says the Citadel is glitching even more now. There are math equations everywhere. Shark says, question mark, sent us to the outside section on floor 11 to stop us. Maybe question mark, is behind the Citadel glitching as well. So first you jump on the pi symbol, and then the square root symbol, and then you do a wraparound, and then 2 half stud jumps. You jump to the seat, and then do that to get onto this equation that says y equals the factorial of x. Then you jump on the congruence symbol, and then you need to do this to get to the button. There we go. There's the button, and then these are conveyors that go in random directions. That took way longer than I should have to make that head hitter thing, because I had to nerf it so much, because it was way too annoying. But that's why there's a safety net there. Anyway, you press this button to activate these trusses. Then what you need to do is walk right here, like onto the edge, and then you can kind of slide underneath here. Then you need to climb down a little bit, zoom out just a little bit, jump, and then turn around. And then you need to hold space to go across here. Of course, do that carefully, because then otherwise that'll happen. The buttons will probably reset if you fall. They don't at the moment, and I'm too lazy to do anything about that for the time being. Honestly, this is a bit annoying, so I'm gonna copy and paste this a couple more times. Except I also made it 3 instead of 5 by, like, changing the way that they're rotated. So that should make this a little bit less annoying to do. But what you're trying to do is get on the other side of these 3 trusses. And you can climb down a little bit so you can jump, and then you just jump to the button. It'll activate this platform beneath you. Then you jump on the == sign. Then you jump on this, which just says 154, because that was the first number that came to my mind. Right, then you jump on this, which is -3 in parentheses. Now what you need to do is you need to do this again, and then you jump to this x is less than 4. Then you do these 2 1-stud jumps, a wraparound, jump on top of where this button is. You jump here, you do that, and then you do this seat section. Then that will actually send you up here, where you're going to jump off and jump to here. And then this is where the next floor will begin, even though you kind of have gone onto floor 14 a little bit already. Overall, it's a pretty quick and not that difficult of a floor, which is a bit of a break from the previous few floors, which were pretty hard. I haven't taken any ideas from the comment section since we built these 2 floors, but I'll try to start doing that again. It's just because I had a lot of ideas for all of these floors. But if you have any ideas, then please leave those in the comments. Also, please leave in the comments any feedback on what you think of this floor, or any predictions for the storyline of the Citadel. Once again, the Obby ID is right here if you want to come play the Citadel. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to leave a like and consider subscribing down below. I'd love to hit 3,000 subscribers soon. I've been saying 2,000, but now that I've hit that, 3,000. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say. I'll see you in the next video, and have a great day.